We're moving to level 2, Deuces Wild, where the mistakes get way more expensive. The hands we're about to see will test everything you think you know about wildcard strategy. Welcome back, everybody. As you know, I'm Smak, and welcome to Deuces Wild training number 7 in our list, our first dive into level 2 strategies. If you've been following along, you know we've been grinding through level 1 fundamentals, but now we're stepping it up more advanced situations. Level 2 hands are where the real critical decisions happen, and honestly, where I expect to make some costly errors as we learn together. There are 3 levels in total in this training system, but we're in the middle one right now. Complex enough to be challenging to us, but not the absolute hardest scenarios yet. Let's dive in and finish where we stopped with our credits, and boom, look at that. We got a flush right off the bat. Now remember, this is level 2, so you have to think everything through. Sometimes there might be something you're missing. However, I don't think there is, because a flush is already 15 EV, and that's pretty good. So I think we're going to go through and stick with this. There we go, 15, like I mentioned, and 8.9 to try to go through for that straight flush draw. Just wasn't strong enough to consider breaking up. Here we have a deuce, and nothing else to really go with it. We do have 10-8. Trying to think of the value for 10-8. I believe you do hold 10-8 with the deuce. Yeah, you do. It's 5.04 versus 4.94. So close. However, we did not hit. We missed it by 1. 2 aces. Awesome. We'll go through and hold them. Remember, a pair is always good. Here, this is the expected value. If you're new here, basically how this works is this will show you the best hand you can play. The one at the top is the one we want to try to pick each time, and it'll give you the estimate of credits returned. We are betting 5 credits per turn. Always want to go on maximum because that's the best. And this hand doesn't really have a great return because it's 2.7, but it is higher than the others, so we made the right choice. Here we have a deuce, and 8-7 we do hold, I'm pretty sure. 8-7 deuce, yes. And we hit a straight. 3 of a kind, sorry, 3 8s. And you can see here the hold was 5.7, and if we just held the deuce, it would be 5.0. We were getting close. I believe 4-5 suited is the one you don't hold, and 5-6 you do hold. So we were getting close to that threshold, but we're still pretty good. I feel very sharp today, so I think level 2 is going to go well. However, we know how that goes. So here we have 3 cards to a straight and a deuce, which makes the open-ended straight even easier to get. There's nothing else going on because nothing else is suited. Remember, we're just trying to think this through every hand, just so we don't miss anything. Let's see what we get. Nada. The return was so close. You could see here the 4.97 versus the 5.0. So we made the right hold, but it's really close. And a lot of these may be that way. With 2 pair, you do hold them both. I know, you hold them both. It's odd, but we're going to go through and do them. You know, 9-9, Jack-Jack, they are technically all odd. Nope, did not complete that one. Let's try again. Pair is strong. All right. Aces. Ace Jack's not strong enough. Ace Queen's not strong enough. Ace Ace is strong enough. Let's hold the aces. Almost got it with the full house, but just missed. Here we have a pair of 6s. Let's go ahead and hold those. We do so well because we hold the pair a lot of times. That is half the battle. Someone tell me what that's from. Da-na-na. And here we're going to go through and hold these 3 7s, I think. Let me think through this real quick. 3 7s is the obvious. You do have a straight draw, but the 3 7s is just so much stronger. So we'll hold those. And we'll increase it to 4 7s. Now we would have hit the straight, but that was only worth 10. We definitely made the right choice. You can see here 9.3 on holding the 3 of a kind. Okay. Okay, well, you can see I played this and I got this wrong. I play everything I play on video, though sometimes I do it for members. So members videos, I always run through the new levels on them first. Helps me get a little more acquainted with it, so I don't look like a fool when I'm here. And I wish I could tell you I knew exactly what this is, because I'm not sure. I'm going to have to think it through. With that said, if you're interested in being a member, you could join down below. Just hit the join button or click the link. And quick shout out to our members, Diamond Tier, Michael Potts, Gary Bray Sr. Gary was our first member. And then on the club level, John Turner and Anna. Appreciate you all. Here, do we go for it? I think we don't. The reason we don't is because the wild is being used as a 2 of diamonds, and a lot of times that crushes the value. Then again, I could have thought that originally. So here we're looking at 10 EV for sure. 10, no higher, exactly 10. So is that higher than 10? Straight flush would be 45. Flush would be 15. 3 of a kind would be 5. I'm going to hold it all, but I really don't remember. And I got it right. I got to 10. And the other was 7.7. I knew it was in the vicinity. I just couldn't tell if it was a little above or a little below. But it's actually a decent amount below. But we did get the right one. Oh, 3 to a straight flush. 6, 7 of hearts, please. Now that we're on level 2 here, soon we will be on level 3 and then done with this series. So make sure you leave down below. Let me know what game I should do next, because I don't have one picked out. I do have some other games I started that I'll do some videos here and there, but I don't have a specific one that I want to do a full playlist on at the moment. Here we have 2 2s. The value of 2 2s is 15 EV. It's awesome. The only thing better than that is having 3 2s and having 71 EV. But we're going to go through and hold these 2 and see what happens. King, you're killing me. Here we go. Straight flush, royal flush, or flush. Royal flush is usually the one to go for when it's between a royal and a flush. So let's do it. And we missed. 5.3 versus 4.9. And I think it's the flush. Oddly enough, when you have a flush draw, I've noticed, and you have a jack or higher, it seems to be stronger than just a deuce. And if everything's lower, it seems to be lower than the deuce. Now, I'm still trying to figure this out because this is definitely a level 2 type decision, but I'm thinking that's how it goes. And we'll know if I get it right. And if I get it wrong, then my theory's out the window. And it's out the window. Oh, yeah. So this was lower than the deuce, but also above the deuce was the 9 jack 2. Odd. I usually see it like, usually it's 10 jack and a deuce that's higher. It's very, very close. I'm not really sure why that one is showing it's correct, because it's very, very minuscule. And they hit me with the 2 10s. We would have hit the flush, by the way. Not saying this is wrong, but we would have. Wow. This is definitely a level 2 hand. Do we go for this or this? I feel like we have to go for this, because all we need is a 10 of diamonds or a deuce. And if we don't do this, we need a 10 of diamonds, an ace of diamonds, or deuces in replaces of them. But this is also jack, queen, king, kind of in the middle. It's the natural. There's no deuces. I think we're going to hold the 9 and see what happens. I feel like we have to go for this. You're going to have to let me know what you think of this hand. Oh, we got it. 7.6 versus 6.8. So not miles apart. Pretty close, but not real close. Interesting. 1 to a straight flush, we go for it. I mean, that's kind of obvious, but at the same time, I know they usually weigh royal flushes stronger, especially when they're natural in this game because of, you know, the high hit. Oh, we got queens here. Yeah, that's going to beat out the other. Pair is too strong. 2.7, or the other was 2.4. Also, if you'd like to play along with this, you can join down below. I have a link for free. I'm an affiliate. Helps me out, and you can play for free. And you get to do all of the area in the blue. The Pro Trainer is extra, however. There is a charge for that. But you could just play the normal if you'd like. And I do give a Pro Trainer away as a giveaway each month. All you gotta do is like, comment, and subscribe. And if I pick you, you get a free month. And no. Really. Double gapper, straight flush, not good if there's no deuces. And then 4 to a flush, obviously 3.8, 3.6. I just thought this was higher. Well, be on level 2 for a few minutes. Till I iron all this stuff out. Nothing here. Let's go and redraw off this. And oof. Come on, give us some level 2 hands here. It's supposed to all be medium to advanced hands. I guess some of these draws they think are advanced. Maybe we're just too good. It's gotta be it. Oh, nice. 2 deuces. Remember, you want to just hold the deuces because you got the 15% EV. And let's see what we get. 4 queens. The reason we just hold the 2 deuces is so we have more room to hit more deuces. Because if we hit 4 deuces, that's 1,000 credits. And we do have a straight draw with a gap. And if you have a gap and a deuce, you usually don't go for it. You just hold the deuce. Nice hit. 333. Jeez, that's so odd. Just to get that like that. Here we have a pair of 10s or the flush draw. And it looks like I got this wrong last time. I probably went for this, and I'm going to go for this time. Yep, 3.8. 10s were 2.7, which I knew. And then the 9-10 queen was 2.2. When these have a lot of gaps and there's no deuces, definitely lowers the value. Jack queen. There's no straight draw. Correct. Correct. Sometimes I miss that. Jack queen is just above. 10 jack would have made it too. 3 queens. You don't see that often with no deuces off the draw. And you do see this often where you don't improve. That's all right. Let's stay positive. King, queen suited. I believe so. I believe so. Is queen, king cut off? Mixing up my games again. Yeah, we're gonna go for it. Good. 1.63 versus 1.60 for the draw. That was a close one. Very nice with the 2 deuces. Of course, we're going to automatically get 3 of a kind no matter what we hold. Question is, do we hold the 4-7? We could have 5-6. That would be a 3. That would be an 8. I think it's extremely, extremely close, like to the decimal point. I kind of think we do, but I don't think I'm gonna. 15, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 3. The deuce would not be in the way. My mind's telling me to take it, so I'm gonna take it. 15 cents. So this would make, this is a simulator. There's no money in this or anything, but it would be a 15-cent mistake if you bet $1.25. And looking here, it was 0.6 difference. So I was right as a decimal, but it was a little higher of a decimal than I thought. I wanted to hold to just the 2 deuces because I felt like it was a little too much of a gap. But at the same time, I couldn't talk myself out of it. All right, that's a mistake I can definitely live with. And then we hit a straight. Definitely holding the deuce. 6-4. 6-4, 3-2. No, I don't think so. Let's see here, 4.8, 4.99. So right move, not the great results. Here's just going to be a deuce. And then we have a deuce here. So some people ask, I noticed in the comments, they say, why not hold ace deuce? And that's important to know, like, why wouldn't you hold that? Because to be honest, before I trained, I would hold ace deuce for sure. I might even hold all of this, which is wrong, but it's something I would do. The reason you want to get rid of the ace is because, first of all, this isn't jacks or better, so it doesn't matter if you get a pair of jacks because you have to have 3 of a kind to win. Because of that, yeah, you have 2 aces, but you can get another ace, or you could get no aces, so it's not that big of a redraw opportunity. However, if we get rid of the ace, we have another chance to get a wild 2. And the more chances we have to get wild deuces, the better. Because the more deuces we get, the better our results usually are. So with that in mind, that's why holding just a deuce alone is so strong. Unless something else goes with it. And the only thing that you would think would even possibly go with is a 10-7, but that's just too far apart. You have a gut shot with the deuce, but usually that does not work because just the deuce alone is stronger and usually hits by itself because a lot of times you will draw a second deuce or you'll get a pair. And if you get a pair drawn, then you have the 3 of a kind with the deuce. So I hope that helps and clears things up. And there you go. We drew. If we would have held that ace, the ace would have been here in the last spot, and we would not have got this last card. The last card was the deuce. So this was what made the win possible. If we wouldn't have had this and we had the ace instead, we would have had a pair of aces and we would have lost. So great example just to kind of show that. We got a pair of 8s. I need a date with an 8. It's almost time for snowmen. Here we are going royal all the way. Why not? And yep. This is a replay. I know this now. It's these 4 combined. This is not strong enough. This is. Here you can see 3.8 for the whole thing. Here we have 3 5s. Definitely going to hold that. There is something to say about the 5-6 suited with the 2, but it's just not as strong as already having the 5 because this is about 9.3 equity we have already. So on average, we win 9.3 when we hold this. 9.3. Unfortunately, we only won 5, but yeah, it's on average. Beautiful. No suits match, so we don't have to worry about anything else. 3 7s. Let's roll. Interesting. Here we got 2 9s. Very strong. Oh. Very, very interesting. Again, the royal does usually have more power, but this is looking pretty good. And I feel like I can't hold anything except this. So we are going to see what happens. Good. That's right. 9.25 versus 5.5. So yeah, definitely the right move, almost double. It did feel a little easier to make that move than usual. 4s and 5s. 5s and kings. Brah. Here we're going to go 3 8s. Got a deuce, and do we set the deuce loose? It's the flush is 3.8, so that's not as high as 4.9. However, 9-10 suited with the deuce, I think is a little stronger. Do we keep the 7? We do not. I think it's 9-10 deuce. And we are correct. 5.4 versus 4.9. Nice work. Trees. Can I have some more trees? Or deuces. We'll take it. 8s. We have the Jack Queen, but the 8s are more powerful. This is a redraw, so 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's what I picked last time and it was wrong. So then we'll just do those 4s. And just to show you, it was a 1.7. That's because one of the cards was a deuce as well, so your wilds get crippled basically. But this is 2.7 to hold for a pair. Nice. 5s, please. I meant consecutively. Like, can I have 5s now, please? No. See, you don't do it now. You're gonna give me 5s, right? No. Okay. Sometimes the system just doesn't listen. 3 10s, more powerful than the straight flush draw. So if we didn't have that, we would have went for the other. This is all over the place. We will redraw. And miss. And we're going to redraw again. And I feel like we're ready for a big hand. We're ready for a big hand? Here it comes. I'm 2 for 2 for saying this. So here comes the big hand. Dang it. Third time is supposed to be a charm. Third time's a charm? Oh, there we go. Not the big hand I was looking for. Oh. Interesting. Well, we have a gut shot. So at the very least, a gut shot is taken before the redraw. But you're probably looking around 1.7. I think 10 Jack is probably 1.8. 7, I don't know. Does that improve it? It's 2 away. So just to clarify, I'm stuck between these 3 or these 2. Because, yeah, the 7 stretches. I think we hold the 7. We were right. 1.9, and the other was 1.8. So, yeah, and then 1.7. Yeah, so good numbers. We made the right choice. If it stretches, we keep it. It looks like that's what works. If there's 2 with no gap, and then there's a big gap. No deuces. Yeah, this isn't technical at all, is it? We got some 10s. Give me a 10. Of course you're going to give me that. So just to let you know, here was 5.1 was for the 5-6. And if we would have helped the 5-6, we would have got, what would we got? We would have got the 8 and then the 7. So, great flush miss. Oh well. You still made the right choice. Last time we did this, and I think I got it wrong. Yeah, what was K9? K9 was 4.1. Oh, that wasn't even on the... 4.7 was the flush draw. 5.0 for the deuce, though. King 9 was lower than the flush draw. Interesting. With the deuce. I gotta say that so I remember it. Oh, what a redraw. 4. Nope. All right, what we got here? We got a lot, but I think we're just going to do the 2 pair. This 2 pair is pretty strong, and you have a chance of hitting the full house. It's either yes or no, unfortunately. 10, 6, or deuce, please. And that's not it. So here was the 3.4. If you're ever curious about holding 1 pair, it drops to the 2.7. So you get 0.7 more equity by holding 2 pair. And the 10 6-7 was at 2.0. Higher than a redraw, remember, but not as good as pairs. Is it gonna be a redraw? And one more. Okay, 2 pair again. Nope, this is the ending. We would have held everything but the 10, but that's the redraw. I get mixed up when I redraw too many times in a row. 3s. King, queen suited. We hold that. 1.73. And we got some funky cards. I feel like this was not it last time, but it's either this or a redraw. And I think it's better than a redraw. It is. 2.0 versus 1.58. All right. Fish hooks. Let's see if we catch some. Ah. Nope. Just a sucker. That's me, by the way. We got 10 jack, 9, 10 jack, queen. So that's an open ender. So though this jack queen looks awesome, I believe it's all of it because it's an open ender. Or I made this mistake before. Nope, we did it right. Of course, it has to be a 9 of hearts to make us think what would have happened. Here you got 2.5 on the open ended, and then just a 10 jack, 1.73, and then the gut shot 1.7. Of course, gut shots are right above a redraw usually. It's a good thing to remember. 3 queens. This is going to be a pretty easy one to go with. All right. 3s. Okay. This is a pretty good one. This might be the thumbnail. I had a hand similar to this, and it was almost a thumbnail, but then I got a different hand right after that was the thumbnail. So here we would hold this, right? Or will we hold this? So this is 15 equity. This is going to be more. I don't know how much more. I like to say 20-ish, early 20s. But we are currently at a straight, which is 10. The 10 cannot go up if we hold it all because there's nothing we could improve to. So we're definitely just going to hold this. And you can see here 15. Oh, I was wrong. It was really close actually. 15.4. Oh, because it's so low. Yeah, that's true. I kind of missed that, but I was still correct in the decision at least. And we hit the straight, so we still got our 10. But either way, we're going to hit 3 of a kind. So, good hand. 3 9s. I was thinking this, and then I saw the 10s. I don't really like drawing the 10s. 10s feel like they never hit. Okay, never mind. Maybe that's jacks are better. Maybe it's different in this game. 3 6 9 deuce. Okay. Hold them all for the flush draw. Flush draw is 3.8. Deuce is 5.0. So we hold the deuce. Oh, it's 4.7. I don't know why. Sometimes it's 3.8, sometimes it's 4.8. I need to figure out why that happens. And then the deuce was still strong enough. Because then the deuce goes from 4.9 something to over 5. Or other times it drops below 5. It's interesting. Wow. Okay. See? This will be the thumbnail. That's what happens. Here, 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 and here, right? I mean, how hard can it be to hit a royal with the deuce? Very hard, I guess. Very, very hard. Oh, wow. Got a deuce here, and the deuce is loose. See, is this a 3.8 or a 4 point? Either way, it would be under the 5, so we're holding the deuce. And we hit a straight. It was 4.99 versus 4.7. Queens. This is a redraw. 8, 9, 10 deuce. Jack. I don't think it's Jack 9. It would be Jack 10, but Jack 9, I don't think so. Yeah, just under. Oh, that's Ace Jack. Jack 9's actually down here. 55. All of them, or just 2 of them? All of them. All right, so I figured out the difference between a 3.8 and a 4.6. Finally. Sorry. 3.8 is when you have a flush draw of 4 cards without a deuce. And the 4.7 is when you have a flush draw with a deuce. That's the difference. Told you we'd figure it out. Should have probably figured it out sooner, but we figured it out. Deuce. The wild just adds so much complexity. Because every hand is different. Is it the hand with the wild, or is it the hand without the wild? Terrible draw. And a gut shot is in, so we hold this. Wait, hold on. A gut shot is a redraw, however, I almost messed up. However, we have a deuce, so it's not a gut shot. But we also have a royal draw here. So this is what happens when you go too fast. I had to slow down a moment, and I caught this. So now we go for the royal. So here's the royal 5.7. A deuce is about 5. And the original hand was right here at 4.1. Love that sound. Nope, we don't hold a face card. We just hold the 2 deuces. Nothing here helps. We need at least 2 cards to synchronize to add them together with these, and they don't. So because of that, we're just holding 2. And we don't really get much. Queens? Oh, we are actually pretty far into this video. I didn't even notice. I got this one wrong. I mean, that's what I would have probably chosen. Unless I chose that. I made the right move. Cool. Let's say 5 more hands, because I'm pretty sure we're at our limit already, but I've been having a lot of fun with this level too, so why not? Again, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you want a chance at winning the pro membership. Going to be picking for that very, 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 very soon. Jack's heating up. We'll also tell you how much we lost this session at the end. I think this is hand 4, unless I messed up. Final hand, and then we'll say what we lost. Oh. So we lost 190 credits. Oof. That's a good amount this time. And, you know, that does happen. That would be 4750 if we were playing with the 1000. Just to kind of give you an idea. However, just to let you know, in the members video, we actually went up, which was an hour long. So we would keep playing, we'd probably go up some more. So I hope this was helpful. Once we have the next video, which will be more level 2s, I will put it up on the screen for you to click through. Thank you so much for watching.